Shakta philosophy. Shaktism is the Indian spiritual tradition that places the Divine Mother, Shakti, at the very center of the universe. In this worldview, the ultimate reality is not a male god, but cosmic feminine energy, the power that creates, sustains, and dissolves everything. Shakta philosophy teaches that the universe is not an illusion. It is Shakti in motion, dancing as nature, seasons, emotions, intelligence, and life itself. Every force we experience, creativity, destruction, love, fear, time, change, is simply a different face of the goddess. The core idea is Shiva is pure awareness. Shakti is the power that activates it. Without Shakti, even God cannot move. This path sees the Divine Mother in many forms: gentle, Lakshmi, Parvati; fierce, Kali, Durga; cosmic, Tripura Sundari; and maternal, Annapurna. Each form represents a different aspect of human experience and spiritual truth. Practitioners connect with Shakti through devotion, mantra, meditation, ritual, and honoring the sacred feminine within themselves. Strength, compassion, fearlessness, and emotional depth are seen as spiritual gifts from the goddess. Unlike other Indian philosophies that focus on renunciation, Shaktism embraces the fullness of life, teaching that everyday experiences, love, work, family, struggle, can all be transformed into paths toward liberation when seen as expressions of Shakti. Kapalika. The Kapalikas were one of ancient India's most mysterious and feared Shaiva sects, active from around the 5th to 13th century. Their name comes from the word Kapala, meaning skull, because they were believed to carry skull bowls, wear bone ornaments, and worship Shiva in his fiercest form, Bhairava, the lord of cremation grounds. Unlike mainstream Hindu spirituality, the Kapalikas followed a path built on extreme asceticism, deliberate taboo breaking, and confrontation with death. Their central belief was simple but intense. True liberation, moksha, comes only when a seeker destroys the ego completely, by facing everything society rejects and fears. To do this, Kapalika ascetics walked through cremation grounds, performed rituals at night, meditated beside burning corpses, and symbolically used human bones as reminders of impermanence. Some texts suggest they practiced ritual intoxication, trance states, and sacrifice, animal or symbolic, though historians debate how much of this was truth versus exaggeration by critics. Philosophically, the Kapalikas were rooted in Shaiva non-dualism mixed with radical Tantra. They believe Bhairava's energy flows through the ashes, the fire, and the dead, and the yogi who embraces these forces gains spiritual power, siddhi, and freedom from fear. Outsiders saw them as terrifying. Insiders saw them as warriors against illusion. The sect eventually faded, but their influence survived in later left-hand Shaiva traditions, agoras, and fringe tantric schools. Surya philosophy. The Surya Sampradaya is an ancient Indian spiritual tradition centered on Surya, the sun god, seen not just as a deity but as the visible face of the supreme reality. For Surya philosophers, the sun is the ultimate symbol of truth, the one light that no darkness can touch, the power that sustains all life, and the cosmic witness to every action. This path teaches that spiritual awakening comes through aligning oneself with Surya's qualities: clarity, discipline, brilliance, energy, and unwavering focus. Dawn worship, sun gazing at safe angles, water offering, arghya, and reciting the Gayatri mantra are seen as ways to absorb the sun's spiritual and physical vitality. Unlike many mystical paths that turn inward, the Surya tradition embraces both physical strength and inner purity. Practitioners believe that a strong body, a sharp mind, and a radiant heart create the perfect vessel for divine consciousness. Truthfulness, cleanliness, and courage are considered essential virtues. Historically, the Surya Sampradaya influenced rulers, warriors, and yogis, forming solar temples across India, from Konark in Odisha to Modhera in Gujarat. Some branches teach that Surya is the original creator, while others view him as the highest manifestation of Vishnu or the supreme cosmic energy itself. Kabir Panth. Kabir Panth is the spiritual tradition based on the teachings of the poet Saint Kabir, one of India's most fearless mystics. Kabir rejected religious labels and exposed the emptiness of ritual, caste, and blind tradition. For him, God was not in temples or mosques. God was in the human heart. Kabir Panth follows this radical simplicity. Its core teaching is, The divine is formless, beyond image, beyond religion, and can be realized only through inner purity and personal truth. Kabir used ordinary language, sharp metaphors, and bold criticism of priests and rituals to remind people that real spirituality is about love, honesty, humility, and constant awareness of the inner self. He taught that the ego is the only barrier between humans and God. Followers of Kabir Panth meditate on the divine name, Ram, sing Kabir's hymns, practice compassion, avoid all forms of discrimination, and try to live a life free from hypocrisy. There is no idol worship, no dogma, no fear-based teachings, only the quest for direct experience of the formless one. Satya Sai. The Satya Sai philosophy is based on the teachings of Satya Sai Baba, a modern Indian spiritual teacher who emphasized love, service, and moral purity above all else. His message was not about joining a religion, it was about transforming your character and seeing the same divine spark in every human being. At the heart of his teaching are the 5 human values: truth, right conduct, peace, love, and nonviolence. Sai devotees believe that living by these values naturally leads a person towards spiritual awakening. The philosophy teaches that God is not far away or limited to temples. God is your own inner conscience, the quiet voice guiding you toward compassion and selflessness. A major part of Satya Sai's movement is seva, or selfless service. Followers run schools, hospitals, and humanitarian projects, believing that helping others is the highest form of worship. Meditation, bhajans, devotional songs, moral discipline, and purity of thought are encouraged as ways to cleanse the mind. Unlike ritual-heavy traditions, Satya Sai philosophy focuses on inner transformation, reminding seekers that miracles, powers, and supernatural stories are secondary. The real miracle is a person who chooses to live with love, honesty, and kindness. In simple terms, the Satya Sai path is about becoming a better human being and seeing the divine in everyone, regardless of religion, caste, or background. Smartism. Smartism is a highly flexible and philosophical Hindu tradition that emphasizes unity behind diversity. Instead of worshiping one exclusive deity, Smartism teaches that all major gods are different faces of one supreme reality: Brahman. The tradition was systematized by Adi Shankaracharya, who organized Hindu practice into the Shanmata system, meaning six-fold worship. A Smarta can worship any of these 6 deities as their personal form of God: Shiva, Vishnu, Shakti, Ganesha, Surya, Skanda, Kartikeya. But the key idea is that none of them are higher or lower. They are all windows to the same infinite consciousness. Smartism encourages balanced spirituality, meditation, devotional worship, scriptural study, moral living, household discipline, because it is grounded in Advaita-style thinking, without being the same as Vedanta. Smartism teaches that the ultimate truth is formless Brahman, and personal gods are different paths leading to that one reality. Shaiva Siddhanta. This is one of the oldest Shaivite philosophies, and it teaches a simple but powerful idea. The soul is real, the world is real, and Shiva is the supreme reality guiding everything. But the soul is trapped by 3 bonds: ignorance, ego, and karma, and only Shiva's grace can cut those chains. The path has 4 steps: living righteously, worshiping with devotion, practicing disciplined yoga, and finally gaining true wisdom. It's a tradition that blends deep philosophy with temple rituals, meditation, and heartfelt bhakti. In the end, Shaiva Siddhanta says liberation isn't about escaping the world. It's about purifying yourself, receiving Shiva's grace, and realizing your true nature. The Brahmo Samaj is a 19th century Indian spiritual reform movement founded by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. It was created to challenge rigid traditions and bring a more rational, modern understanding of God. Brahmo Samaj teaches that the Supreme Being is one, formless, and beyond all images and rituals. Instead of idol worship or elaborate ceremonies, it focuses on simple prayer, moral living, and social responsibility. The movement pushed for major reforms in India, ending harmful customs, promoting women's rights, encouraging education, and fighting caste discrimination. Spiritually, it teaches that true religion is not found in rituals but in truth, character, and a direct relationship with the divine. In short, the Brahmo Samaj blends devotion, reason, and ethics to create a clean, modern vision of God and society.